I'm Angella Sharpe, and welcome to the Daily Mix. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. You know, the weekends are actually starting to feel like weekends for me, so I hope you enjoyed your weekend as well. You know, late last week, we lost another Red Jacket. Bob Gibson from the St. Louis Cardinals passed away after fighting cancer for about a year. But what an incredible career Bob Gibson had. You know, just so impressive. He started out playing basketball, played with the Harlem Globetrotters for a year, went to baseball, and because of the racism in the era, felt that he had to be better than everybody else just to play. And he ended up being pretty much better than everybody else. In fact, he's one of the reasons they had to lower the mound to give hitters a better chance. He won 2 Cy Young Awards. I mean, just an incredible career overall. But you know, home opener is gonna look a lot different with the passing of Bob Gibson and Lou Brock. It's gonna be interesting. And of course, I'm talking about home opener because the Cardinals, their season is over, which means if you're a huge baseball fan like I am, you kind of have to pick another team now to be rooting for, since our team, the one you love with all your heart, is out. I always go with an American League team, my second favorite team, which would be the Tampa Bay Rays. So that's who I'm rooting for. I hope you have somebody to root for as well. Later on in the show, I'm gonna have Julie McAfee and Mike Duggar from Lutheran Family Children's Services of Missouri and Hilltop. They're gonna talk about wraparound education and kind of filling in those gaps for kids that need it. Let's get started on today's Daily Mix. It is hard to believe it's already been a year since my first visit to the St. Louis Wheel. That's right, it's the Wheel's first birthday. And to celebrate, they're inviting fans to post their best sunset photos of the Wheel for a chance to win free rides. Who doesn't love free rides? The first place winner will get free rides on the St. Louis Wheel for the rest of the year. The second place winner will score 2 tickets for a ride in the VIP gondola. I still haven't been in that. I really need to be in that. And the third place winner will receive 2 tickets to the Wheel. The STL Sunset Spins photo contest runs through noon on October 15th. To enter and learn more, visit thestlouiswheel.com. For over 18 years, the nonprofit group Artica has been dedicated to supporting St. Louis art community. This weekend, they will host their annual Arts Festival. It's going to be downtown at the historic site of the Cotton Belt Freight Depot. This free open-air event will feature 2 days of music, sculpture, interactive art, and more. All artists, performers, and creators are welcome to share their work at the festival. Artica 2020 Internal Return runs from noon to 10 this Saturday and Sunday, October 10th and 11th at the corner of Lewis and Dickerson. To learn more, visit articastl.com. This Halloween season, there are no tricks, just treats at Krispy Kreme. And this month, if you visit on a Saturday and treat yourself to a dozen donuts, you can get a $1 sweet or treat dozen to be shared with someone else. How cool is that? Sweeter treats are running on Saturdays throughout October. I actually might have to take a look at that as well. And then you guys, after you do that, make sure you check out these adorable, scary, sweet monster donuts. How cute are they? Now they're available in stores through Halloween. I think I might want one of those actually. The little Frankenstein one, he looks delicious. If you happen to visit Krispy Kreme on Halloween, make sure you're in your costume so you can snag a free donut. Another sweet way to get into the Halloween spirit is a Gentle Halloween drive-thru at the Gentle Barn. Put on your costume and come out and experience the magic of Gentle Barn. They'll have pumpkins and festive decorations throughout, safe trick-or-treating, and even a few surprises. You can also enjoy lunch while learning about how the Gentle Barn was started and hearing inspiring rescue stories about the animals you're seeing. A gentle Halloween drive-thru will take place Sunday, October 11th and 25th. For more information, visit them on Facebook at gentlebarn.org. All right, for the last couple of weeks, people have been wondering and debating what was going to happen with Halloween. I told you guys I was having Halloween no matter what. I was either going to hand out candy or go trick-or-treating with my niece and my nephew, just depending on what my brother decided. Well, you guys, you don't have to argue about it anymore. We have an answer. We're having Halloween. Check this out.
I know that a lot of you in the media and many people at home have been asking, what about Halloween? So that's why we're here today, to announce a number of public health recommendations for a safe Halloween in the city of St. Louis. But let me just be really upfront about the good news. Halloween is not canceled this year. But like all of our holidays and big events for the last 7 months, we're asking everyone to take a few extra precautions so that we can all celebrate Halloween, eat candy, have fun, and be safe. So we can have fun and keep our community safe during COVID-19. And to talk about that specifically, I want to turn this over to Dr. Echols.
So it will be really important for everyone that participates in Halloween activities to adhere to the City of St. Louis requirements regarding face coverings, social distancing, hygiene, washing your hands regularly with soap and water, using hand sanitizer when soap and water are not available. And if you're ill, we ask that you not engage this year. Maybe have your family or your family member or friend go out and get candy for you. Or you can order on Amazon. All reasonable options. So this year, again, we are still in the middle of a pandemic. We understand that Halloween is important for all of us. The COVID-19 has been really stressful for us all, and so this can be a break to really take a breather from the stresses of the pandemic. But we have to do so safely.
All right, I'm pretty excited for our next guest. I have Julie McAfee from Hilltop Family Services and Mike Duggar from Lutheran Family and Child Services. Thank you guys for joining me today.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us. Great to be here.
Now, this is kind of a more serious topic than we usually cover on the Daily Mix. So let's kind of start off to begin with. Julie, can you tell me a little bit about Hilltop?
Sure. So Hilltop's been in the North St. Louis community for about 51 years now. And we are a program of Lutheran Family and Children's Services. Over the years, we have just kind of tried to change with the times, and right now is no different with the pandemic and family needs. So that's kind of where we are today.
Wonderful. And Mike, what is Lutheran Family Services?
The Lutheran Family's been around for over 150 years. It started out as primarily an orphanage for kids in the aftermath of the Civil War. And as Julie said, over the 150-something years, it's changed. We provide school-based counseling, foster care services. Hilltop is one of our core programs as well, parenting and adoption. So we're a multi-service organization that's been around for a long time.
Well, okay, so you guys are really working together to help mostly children. How are you guys coming together to do that?
Well, one of the things that I can share with you, in 2017, Julie and I and her team started working together with the board of directors to really look at how we can impact North City. And we had to change with the times. Hilltop, as Julie said, has been around for 50 years plus now. And it's done a great job in serving children, but we started to notice that kids that came to us, we do a great job of providing educational services, early childhood services, but there was something that was missing. So we wanted to make a bigger impact in North City, basically the city as a whole. And we started looking at how we could do that. So one of the things we looked at is that we cannot look at the child by themselves, we've got to look at the family. We've got to look at the community. What can we do as an organization to impact the children and the families we're serving? And that's how the wraparound education component came about. Is just we need to do more. We need to do better for our children and families. We need to do better for St. Louis.
And what are some of these wraparound services that you guys provide?
Right. So something that we noticed was increasingly over the years, while we're so focused on the academics, right, the kindergarten transition and getting them ready for their next steps, we were seeing a lot of really big behaviors from our kids, and we weren't able to kind of get them on track with where we wanted to be education-wise. So we had to take a step back and say, how do we do this differently? How do we help reach each child? And so basically by doing that, we're meeting every family and every single child where they are. If they come in hungry, if they've had a really rough night at home the night before and they may not be ready to learn. They may need to have their tummies full first. They need to have some love perhaps before they're ready to even embrace anything that we have to teach them that day. And maybe all they needed from us that day was just that safe, loving place where they know that they had someone who cared about them, just as they do at home, but they just needed that extra love when they got to school. Sometimes it's a little more than a hug, right? So we do have a therapist embedded into our program. Mr. P, as we call him, is fantastic with the kids. They adore just being around him. He's able to just do on-site mental health therapy with not only our kids in our program, but our families as well. So that we really can help take care of the entire family. We also offer our families parenting education services, so that gives them sort of a one-on-one coach, if you will. They can kind of just listen to what they need, help them with additional resources, and just sort of be that go-to person that they may need to have to help get them over the hump or just to kind of help move things forward.
Do you find these wraparound services are needed more now during this crazy time that we're in, or is this kind of every day?
Absolutely. I think it's every day, but I think it's magnified to the pandemic situation that we're in right now. Through this pandemic, we did have a closure of our program because the city did mandate our closure. And so during that time, we just did everything that we could to stay connected to our families. We partner with the diaper bank, so we were able to continuously either have parents meet us on the parking lot to safely, distribute those, down to going to their homes and just doing porch drop-offs for them so that they had the things that they needed. Our agency has been magnificent in looking for the funds around the community so that we can help with rental assistance. We're giving them tuition assistance through the CARES Act grant that's presented through the Mental Health Board right now. We have also given them food assistance and anything that we can put our hands on that can be in the hands of the families, because the less stress that they have, the more successful their family is going to be and the more successful their child can be.
I mean, this is kind of an overall blanket of kind of trying to help fill in any cracks that the family might need. So how can, if someone's listening and maybe they're thinking, my child could benefit, how can they get in touch with you? How can they find out more information?
Great. So we do have our website, right? And we can send you that link so that we can get that website out. We can also be reached from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Every single week we're here. And they can also reach out because we do offer these same services sort of outside into Lutheran Family and Children's Services, where they can contact there.
Yeah, and that was going to be a follow-up question. What if somebody, doesn't feel that they need it, but maybe they could give back in some way? Are you guys accepting that sort of thing? Oh,
absolutely. I mean, there's, and Julie mentioned that, we've had some great community organizations that have helped us provide for our families. United Way has been instrumental with Children's Services Fund. So the St. Louis community has been fantastic, but we need more support, because the programs that we're providing and the approach that we're taking are a long-term approach. So this is not something that we're looking at, when each kid comes into our program, especially Hilltop or any of our other programs. We're trying to stay connected with those kids because we want to see the impact beyond Hilltop. So to do that, we need resources. Emerson has helped us with that. So absolutely, we need all the help that we can get.
And how can someone contact you the same way if they're willing to give back in some way?
LFCSmo.org, and they can get any number for any of our programs.
Wonderful. Well, Julie and Mike, thank you guys so much for joining me here today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And you guys, after you check out Lutheran Family Services and Hilltop, make sure you follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. You can drop us a line at thedailymix@stltv.net. That's going to do it for the mix, but keep it right here on STL TV and experience St. Louis.